Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. Welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. We're here to do Rod's bad ending this time. I also got a little blurb saying that I can fast forward to each choice instead of just skipping through. I fast forwarded rather to the first option. Thankfully, Cinderella Phenomenon works on a right choice or wrong choice system. So I just had to pick the opposite of what I picked the first time. So I have it all written down. I am going to skip from here on out just in case dialogue changes. I don't know if it will, but we shall see. And I'm really nervous because I don't want to hurt my poor Boo, and I don't want him to die. I'm worried the bad ending is him going to be dissolving into foam. But we had our happy ending of sorts, so it's time to do this. Let's avoid the question. Rod begins to advance toward me, but he stops in his tracks when I speak. I do not have time to argue with you, Rod. If you are here to break your curse, then you are not getting any help from me. You are not the only person I can ask for help. I turn away from him to follow after Emiline, but Rod grabs my arm. I stop and turn to glare at him. What now? Where are you going? I wrench out of Rod's grip. Where do you think? I turn and walk away. Rod does not attempt to stop me. Well, that went very well. And by very well, I mean absolutely terribly. We'll just skip through. Skip. Alright, and then this time, we're gonna stay with Emiline. Before I can decide what I want to do, Emiline has turned to look at me with a smile. This is Lucette. She just started working as my personal maid today. It's not like you to make a maid follow you around. Emiline's expression quickly becomes apologetic. I'm sorry, Lucette. I realized I didn't even ask if you wanted to come with us. I just expected you to tag along. Why is she apologizing? I am meant to tend to her regardless of where she is, unless she dismisses me. I'm sure Lucette doesn't mind. It's such a beautiful day today, after all. Emiline turns to me and smiles. You don't have to wait with me if you don't want to, Lucette. I won't be long. I only wanted to see Viorca for a bit. I haven't been able to see her as often since I've moved. Well, that's to be expected. Princesses shouldn't be associating with shopgirls like me. Viorca has a point. Why does Emiline insist on this? But you're my best friend. I'm still not accustomed to the fact that I can't just visit you every day. Those were the good old days when we were still neighbors. I'd still live next to you if I could. Do you remember all those games of tag we used to play together when we were children? Remember how Rod always lost? The two girls laugh together at the shared memory. I try not to roll my eyes. Whether I succeeded? So they were all childhood friends. Are you sure there's nothing I can help you with? We all turn at the sound of the door chimes as a customer walks in. Excuse me? One moment. Viorca turns to Emiline with a guilty expression. I'm so sorry, but I have to take this. No, it's all right. I'll come see you another time. I promise. We can talk for as long as you want next time. Emiline smiles and hugs her friend in farewell. I follow closely behind Emiline as she exits the shop. Rod pushes away from the wall that he had been leaning against once he notices us leaving. And now we're back to our regularly scheduled content. Okay, so this time we go for the very in-your-face, which he's never going to answer ever. Why do you not want to break your curse? I don't need to explain myself to you. Do you even know how to break your curse? I do. So why are you not doing anything? It's none of your business. And then we're back again. I'll skip one more time if nothing... it does stop. Has he told you anything about his curse? Only that he knows how to break it. Interesting. Okay. My skipping instincts were right. There is a little bit of changes in dialogue. I don't want to tell him off. I'm telling you off for saving me from falling and breaking a whole bunch of glass. Pushing people like that is not something a good prince would do. I did not bother to hide the anger in my voice. It was a nudge. Still, that was very cruel of you, Your Highness. Anger flares up in Rod's eyes as he takes a step toward me. Oh, look who's talking. Rod, stop that! Rod turns away from Emiline, ignoring her. Viorica, what are you doing here? Oh dear. That didn't go as nicely as the last time. I wonder if we'll still get our good deeds while we're being a butt. And this time, accepting is the right option. Well, if I do accept, at least I can prove that I am the better dancer than Rod. Oh, Lucette, that's what was going through your mind? Besides, I am supposed to be listening to Emiline, no matter how absurd her requests are. If that is what you want. Really? Emiline rushes up to me and takes my hand in hers. Thank you, Lucette. I thought it might be an awkward request, but I'm so happy you've agreed to this. I turn to look at Rod, who's glowering at me. I am not dancing with her. She might step on my feet. Emiline gives him a disapproving look. Rod, please. Rod eyes me warily. I step toward him and offer my hand. How the roles have changed. Shall we? Rod scowls at me for a few moments before finally taking my hand. Hey, Sebi. Sebi didn't get a chance to tell us anything. So sad. This is where I got my first good deed last time. Does that continue even though I'm pointing out her mistakes this time? She cannot remember something so basic? Wrong. What? I point at each of the glasses as I name them in turn. Champagne, sherry, dessert wine, and juice. It is basic etiquette to know all of them. Emiline looks down at the glasses, flustered. You don't have to be so blunt, Lucette. She's right, though. It's my fault for always forgetting. You know so much about etiquette, too. Do I still get my good deed? I can't believe she still got her good deed. So she still is improving, even though she's still being really blunt. That's interesting. I'm not fine. I've never been treated with such disrespect by Sir Alcaster. He is needlessly hostile toward me. Before he was forced to show you respect because you were a princess. Now because you are a commoner, he speaks to you as bluntly as he speaks to everyone else. That does not excuse his rude behavior. Ugh. He's a lot like someone else that I know. He gives me a pointed look. He always finds a way to scold me somehow. I scowl at him before turning away. Me. There's so much scowling going on in this bad ending. Okay, so instead of letting him talk to me, I'm gonna be blunt again. Emiline and Viorica are looking for you. When he does not answer, I cross my arms and raise an eyebrow. Do you hate Viorica that much? I don't hate her. Then why are you avoiding her? When we first came here, you actually looked friendly with her, but recently... This doesn't involve you, Lucette. Fine. I will tell Emiline that you will be in the carriage waiting for her then. When Rod does not answer, I sigh and start to head back into the shop. Oh, there's Waltz again. How did you come so quickly? Last time we stayed with Rod for a long time in that alleyway. Aw, Sebi. What do you mean by that, Sebi? Well, there are thoughts that he prefers to keep to himself. Like his thoughts on karma and his feminine voice. Or his... Yes? Rod suddenly clamps Sebby's face, and I can actually see the poor plush struggling to get away from his hold. Sebby! You are crushing the poor toy. Rod glares at me before finally releasing Sebby. Oh, Rod can be so brutal at times. I remember the time he almost threw me out the window for saying that one lady had a hideous dress. Rod glares at Sebby once again. He readies his fingers to pinch him again, but Sebby hurriedly apologizes before Rod can touch him. Okay, I'll stop talking now. Aw. Well, we found more about Sebby, I guess. So there's that. So, what did he say? Okay, yeah, he's gonna help me break my curse. That's what it was. Thank you. Rod turns away, his cheeks dusted pink. It's no big deal. I'm only doing this because I see how dedicated you are to breaking your curse. Because I want to get my old life back. And now that they have told me about Mother, I want to prove that I am nothing like her. Aw. That wasn't so bad of an option. I'm amazed that, Rod's still falling for us even though we're so blunt. Okay, this time I'm not gonna tell him about Cyrilcaster. Nothing. I doubt he would make any effort to trust what I have to say. He's always skeptical of me. Rod furrows his brows at me. You expect me to believe that? I'm not even sure that I am right. I would not want to accuse anyone without any proof. If you want this partnership to work, you should learn to trust me. Do you even trust me? I don't need to like someone in order to trust them. So, are you going to tell me or not? All I can say for now is that we need to be careful around Cyrilcaster. He knows who I am. Rod stares at me for a few moments before finally nodding. Whatever you say. Alright. Moving on again. I'm not here to judge you. Why else would you be so keen on watching me? I'm mostly curious. Curious? I wanted to know how good you really are. Then yes, you are judging me. I hold out my hand and he stares, looking taken aback. I keep initiating these dances. I should not be scolded for only being curious. Why not just one little dance to prove how talented you are? Rod stares at me for a few minutes before reluctantly taking my hand. Fine, you better not step on my feet. I didn't the last time. Silly Rod. Silly Rod. Okay, let me get the backstory. Alright, this time I do tell him about my good deed. Those women were insulting the Queen. I thought a lecture was in order. Oh, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. See, I knew I couldn't tell you this. What? I narrow my eyes at him. Something like this can't be helped. Bad rumors are unavoidable. Rod looks away, his expression suddenly pained. Oh, bad rumors. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't wished for. Rod never finishes the sentence. He clears his throat before looking at us again. What was he going to say? We'll never know. I keep thinking the dialogue's gonna stop, but then it just... No, it's... My computer's not fast enough to handle the skip. Okay. I'm gonna dismiss the gossip this time, Ophelia. I fight the urge to roll my eyes. How can Ophelia believe such nonsense? The rumors are baseless. Then Rod didn't step in to defend you from those noblewomen. How did she know about that? Ophelia sighs as she takes in my shocked expression. You don't need to hide anything from me, Lucette. Did you think I would be mad if the rumors were true? Regardless, a member of the royal family cannot end up with a servant. And then we're back to our normal stuff again. Sorry, Ophelia. Right. I'm running up, and I'm not gonna say anything. I feel abruptly tongue-tied when I come face to face with him. It is likely that my telling him off will result in some sort of altercation, and that would not be good. What? I have better things to do than be gaped at. Sorry, Rod. Rod turns away from me. I am left to stare dumbly after him. This is why I told you off instead of just staring at you. I knew you wouldn't appreciate it. Alright, instead of the pleading. Rod's coldness grates at me, and I find myself snapping at him. What is wrong with you? Excuse me? All I am doing is trying to help you break your curse, but you are acting as if my trying to help you will only make things worse. No, I am only insisting that I do not need your help. We are partners, Rod. I know that doesn't seem to mean much to you, but it means something to me. I intentionally softened my tone when I realized that I had been shouting at him. You should let me help you. What for? Just because you've somehow managed to get 2 good deeds on your own doesn't mean you can help me at all, Lucette. Frustration courses through me as I clench my hands into fists. Why must he be so stubborn? Is he so certain that I will not be able to help him at all? So certain. Oh, interesting. Right, you're running out of time. Running away solves nothing, Rod. You're one to talk. Telling you about my curse won't change anything. The outcome will always be the same. Leave it alone, Lucette. It's for the best. Oh, God. This guy again. Alright, let's warn Rod this time. My eyes fall on Rod. I notice that he is leaning against one of the walls away from the crowds. I head directly for him, moving quickly so that Varg is not right behind me. Rod. Rod frowns at me as I come to stand in front of him. What? There's a man here called Varg. I think Sir Alcaster brought him. Sir Alcaster? Apparently Varg is one of the suitors for Emiline's hand. Rod glances past me at Varg, his eyes narrowed. Is that him? Is that Varg? When I turn back and follow his line of sight, I almost gasp in shock. Varg is bent over one of Emiline's hands, clearly having just pressed a kiss to the back of it. Man, he moved fast. You should have kept him away from Em. I did last time, but... Rod and I are not too far away, so we can hear him clearly, but the throne room is already hushed at the sight of the crown princess being so boldly directly addressed. May I have the first dance, your highness? Blarf. Alright. That's a delayed sword pull, though. Okay. He's just a friend this time. A friend, you say? Is that what he really is? Yes. Oh. The disgruntled look on Prince Rod's face says otherwise. I wonder why. If you don't cease talking right this instant, I will have the knights escort you out. I'm sorry, Rod. I thought of you as more than a friend. I promise. Spells are being cast. Alright. I'm gonna go the soft route when I should have been meaner, I think. I'm just gonna double check my notes. Yes, I'm going to ask him. That's right. Is it true that you will die when Viorica marries Desmond? I see you're still stuck on the same theory. Have you been snooping around again? Please answer my question, Rod. And if I am? Why do you not want anyone to help you fix this? I don't need to tell you everything, Lucette. His voice is now soft, his expression tired. Oh, he still kissed her! I can't believe that. I apologize for the kiss, though. It was my fault for talking too much. That's really cute. Now you should stop insisting on helping me. I refuse. Ah, you really are stubborn. That makes the both of us. Yep. That's why we're going to a bad end. We're both being too stubborn. Are you alright? I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. But I'm tired, Lucette. So for tonight I just want to rest. Good night. No, Rod. A strange heaviness hangs in my chest. Why do I feel like this is the last time I will see him? No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to cry. Chapter 10, Silent Farewell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was different from the last time. When I push open the door, I find Rod kneeling down. Emiline lies on the floor in front of him, unconscious. Emiline! She's fine. She's just asleep. Something glints in Rod's hand. Even from this distance, I know that it is the same knife Emiline was holding earlier. Out of the corner of my eye, I see someone slouched against one of the pillars. Viorica? I rush to her side, then sigh in relief when I see the gentle rise and fall of her chest. Oh, she's still alive. How did she get here? It was Sir Mithras's plan. I remember walking back to my room after talking with you. I blacked out, and when I came to, I was already in here with Viorica. I've already checked on her. She seems to be under some kind of sleeping spell. Em came in just a few moments ago, passed me the knife, and then simply collapsed after begging me to kill Viorica. I think Em is under a spell as well. Rod glances down at the knife in his hand, expression glassy. Em almost convinced me. She pleaded that I not leave any of them behind. It's not as if I want to die and leave my family, but... He stares at the knife for a few moments, then curses as he slams his fist into the ground. I can't kill her. Why would Sir Mithras want me to do this? Guilt floods my chest, making it difficult to breathe. I was the one who asked Sir Mithras to help Rod. He said he knew how to break his curse. But I did not realize that in order to break his curse, he needed to kill the person he loved. I relied entirely on the story Emiline told me, and that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. I could never kill her. Such a shame. Sir Mithras emerges from the shadows, looking at us with disappointment. Oh my goodness. To break his curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sister has brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Mithras turns to Rod. And here I thought that your sister might be able to change your mind. You were, after all, supposed to do this out of your own accord. I was wrong. I shouldn't have underestimated your stubbornness. Casting a spell on you would have solved this problem entirely. Why are you doing this? Well... Sir Mithras shifts his gaze to me. Rod follows his gaze to me and raises his eyebrows. There's no use lying to him now. I asked Sir Mithras to help me break your curse. You what? I didn't know you were meant to kill Viorica. Rod shakes his head, his face marred with disappointment. Anyone who tries to help me will inevitably make things harder for me, Lucette. I wanted to help you, Rod. I've already made up my mind. If you really want to help me, then please respect my decision. Please. Shame. And here I thought I would be witnessing a dramatic finale tonight. Sir Mithras just starts walking away. I'm about to chase after him, but then I realize there's nothing else he can do. Rod has made his decision. I feel my heart plummet as I slowly nod at him. So, there really is no other way. I could never break my curse like this. Viorica was my first love, and my good friend. And besides that, my love for her faded a long time ago. She's been... replaced. Oh no! Oh no! I can't do this. You've been my beloved for quite some time already, Lucette. But it doesn't matter, does it? I will die soon. Rod. I feel a heavy weight on my chest, as if some force is crushing my heart. I'm sorry. I promised myself that I would save your life, but I failed. I blink back the tears that are brimming in my eyes. Rod stands and moves over to stand before me. He places a hand on my cheek. You've done nothing wrong, Lucette, so please don't blame yourself. What did I expect to happen? Even if Rod had killed Viorica today, he would have carried that burden for the rest of his life. And all because I asked a witch to make him do something he did not want to do in the first place. Oh no! Rod reaches for Seppi and places him in my hands. This is like Magical Diary all over again with Big Steve. Once the clock strikes 12, I'm going to disappear. It's really a shame that I'll be disappearing on your birthday. It would have been nice to celebrate this one with you. Oh no, this picture! Oh no, this is terrible. Promise you'll take care of my family for me. There must be another way. You cannot go just yet. I'm sorry, Lucette. I cannot even bring myself to consider what is happening. Panic engulfs my senses as I stare at Rod, who is becoming translucent. Rod, you are... If only I could be with you and everyone else just a bit longer. Despite the fact that his words waver, when Rod looks at me, his smile is bright and warm. My vision blurs as tears gather in my eyes. I like you, Lucette. If we'd had more time together, I think I would have grown to truly love you. Oh my gosh! At the next instant, his body has dissolved into soft orbs of light. The light gathers in the air, then begins to fade. I'm so sorry. The end! Oh my god! Bad end! Oh wow. Is this like blood going up? What is happening? That's terrifying. Merman's remains. Achievement unlocked. Oh. I'm glad there's like not a posing figure of him like disappearing, because that would be just so sad. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm gonna wipe up my tears. Oh man, that hit harder, I think, having done the good ending. I'm not gonna complain about the good ending anymore. That was a fantastic good end, right everybody? Yeah, that was great. Really, really good end. There was no bad end, sad end, anything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me for that. I'm sorry if I made you all as sad as I am now. But anyway, we're done with Cinderella Phenomenon for the time being. Now we're gonna go to Never Forget Me for the first time, where a former amnesiac boyfriend of ours is now our husband. So we'll try to be married, I suppose. I hope I see you over there, guys. Until then, I'll see you later.